Hello children, I am Nisha here from Mangla Vidya Mandira. Hope you all are doing good. Children, today in this video we are going to learn Unit 6. What is the name of the poem? Class Discussion. Unit 6 Class Discussion. So children, you all know that when we are there in the class, what we do? Discussion means talking together in a group. So we keep on discussing. If you get a topic, like you all will be participating, you will be sharing your views, I will be sharing my opinion. So that what we do in the classroom, that is called class discussion. It is more or less like an activity. In this activity, a discussion will be helpful, like will be taken place on a single topic and everyone gets an opportunity to participate for the same. And this poem is based on a class discussion. And children, do you know like what are the advantages of class discussion? Like when a class discussion happens, it is more or less like a two-way communication, and learning can be improved, and it's a training for self-experience. And at the same time we can find that whether everyone has participated and the involvement has been taken place for this activity. So these all things can be done when the class discussion will be there in the classroom. So children, now let's move on to the poem. So open page number, okay, so page number 94. Open page number 94 in Marigold textbook. So children, in this page, can you see like what can you see in this place? Like, well, all the children are sitting. Yes, you can see that all the children are there in the classroom, and what they are doing, they are just having a discussion and they are ready to answer the questions what is raised by the teachers. Okay, so the thing what we do it in the classroom, the same image can you see children in this page also. So let's start with the poem. In the class discussion, so the poem is in the class discussion. Jane, you hardly said a word. We all add our opinions, but from you we barely heard. So there is a class discussion going on, and a girl is there. Like everybody is participating, as I told you earlier, all were discussing on a similar topic. But there is a girl named Jane who is not sharing her opinion, who is not talking anything. Okay, she is just quiet in the classroom. Now the teacher is asking something like, she is telling in the class discussion, Jane, you hardly said a word. Means she is expecting something from Jane that she will speak, but she has not spoken anything. So she is telling, you have not uttered even a single word. We all add our opinion. Add means we have shared our opinion, but from you we have barely heard. Means we hardly heard something from you. You sat and stared in silence, surrounded by the chatter. Now tell me, Jane, and please be plain. Is there anything the matter? Now the class teacher is telling, like everyone has shared the opinion, but you have not said even a single word. So, and you are just sitting silently in a corner, okay, without chatting anything. So she is asking, like she is worried about the girl, and she is just checking the class teacher. Mostly it happens, children, when a child doesn't speak in the classroom, the class teacher will get worried. Like what happened? Like everything is okay? Is the child feeling unwell? Means that the teacher is emotionally connected also. Not only she is a teacher, sometimes she plays the role of a mother also. So in that way she is asking like what happened, like is there something wrong with you? What is the matter, Jane? She is just checking with the student. Jane looked up and then she spoke. Okay, she just looked at the teacher and she said something. Her voice was clear and low. Her voice, what she was going to talk, was very clear, very crystal clear, and it was very low voice. There are many people in this world who are rather quiet, you know. So she told very clearly to the teacher, okay, there is no compulsion that every person should talk. Okay, there are many people who are very silent, who are reserved, who are introvert. So there is nothing as called if they are not talking means they are not smart, they are not intelligent. So she is a very silent child. She doesn't feel like talking in the classroom. She doesn't feel like participating in that classroom discussion. So she told very clearly to the teacher, like in this world there are many people who hardly say something, who are very quiet by nature. So this is a very short poem written by Gervais Pin. Okay, it is written by Gervais Pin. So children, what you have to do, like you have to try to learn this poem. Okay, you try to learn this poem and post it in the group. So it will be a good memory for you also, like what you have done in the classroom. You will get already refreshed by the memories what we were doing in the classroom. So just go through the poem and learn the poem, children. Now new words. Discussion. Discussion means talking together in a group or for a single topic. Next is add. Add means make public, like sharing something. Barely. Only just means hardly. Stare means look fixedly with eyes wide open, like on a particular spot. If you continuously look, that is called stare. Plain. Plain means clear. Now moving on to the question answer. What activity was going on in the classroom? So a class discussion was going on in the classroom. Who was quiet one in the class? Who was quiet? Who was silent in the class? Jane was quiet in the class. Why was she quiet? Now the question is, why was she quiet? Because she didn't like to do the activity, or she was quiet by nature, or she hated the noise, or she was afraid to air her opinion. Actually, she was quiet by her nature. So that is the reason she doesn't want to talk anything. How do you interact in class during the discussion? Do you participate or remain quiet? So children, this question has been raised to you, like whenever we had a discussion, what was your contribution? Like, would you like to share your opinion, or you like to sit quietly? Choose two friends in your class who are very different from each other. Use the clues in the box to describe the nature. You may also add your own words to describe them. So children, in the blue box, whatever words are written, that is an adjective, because it is a describing word, like naughty, quiet, lively, friendly, sharing, helpful, careless, regular, studious, cheerful. These all words are adjective words, where that is describing about a person. So you have to use this word and write 2 to 3 lines about your two friends by adding this word in the sentence. Let's talk. What is a discussion, children? Now here again the word has come. What is a discussion? To discuss means to talk together or to decide something. When you do this, you are taking a part in a discussion. To read the sentence below, they tell us what happens in the discussion. So what all things happen in the discussion, those points has been mentioned here, like each person gives their ideas, then some tell why something should be done, others may tell how, participant asks questions, and answer has been given. So this kind of discussion will happen in the classroom. Name the point you might discuss. Note the point you might discuss before planning to a visit to the park. Choose a day and time. What things to bring to play. Assign duties. Things to this. You can omit it, children. There is nothing in that. Again, fill in the grid, okay, given below, and assigning qualities to each person. Some clues are given here to help you. So now here the clue is what? Sangeeta lent her pencil to her partner. Nirav is also called a chatterbox. Pranav recently saved a cat from drowning in the lake. Megha is just the opposite of Nirav. Mithila always teases everyone. Ritu is always seen with a book in her hand. So these are the qualities, these are the nature what has been given here about each and every student. So you just have to go through it, children, and you have to just find it out, like how is Pranav, how is Nirav, how is Megha. So just do a tick mark in the box. You have to do this activity in the textbook only. Children who show exceptional bravery are honored with the Bravery Award to recognize their presence of mind. Now children, whenever a child does something different, okay, something exception, so they have been felicitated by a Bravery Award. So in 1967, the Indian Council of Child Welfare started this National Bravery Award. So in the year of 1967, whenever some exceptional things a child does, a child means below 14 years, if they do something, so the Indian Council has been started with a National Bravery Award. Brave children are awarded cash prize. Now whenever a child do something different, as I told you, they have been awarded by a cash prize. Even sometimes the school fees education will be waived off and they will be honored a certificate from the Prime Minister of India. They ride on an elephant in the Republic Day. So have you seen in the picture, children, like just page, yeah, the children who have done something exceptional, they have been rode on an elephant. Especially on which day? Republic Day. Harsh Srivastava, 12-year-old boy, and his 15-year-old sister rescued a child from the attack of ragging bull. So that bravery that Harsh Srivastava has done something different. Like he's a 12-year-old boy, but still he has saved his sister, rescued his sister from the attack of a bull. Yuman Jaydev Singh, 11-year-old, jumped into the flooded water and saved a 3-year-old from drowning. The act of bravery was recognized because he saved the life of an infant. A baby who is 3-year-old, she was drowning in the lake. So what he did, Jaydev Singh just jumped. He's an 11-year-old child. He jumped into the flooded river and he has saved the baby. So this is also something exception the child has done. So children, in this what you have to do, you need to find a bravery story of a bravery about any of the child. You search it, okay, you search it and try to find it out, and or else you can talk to your parents, or you can talk to your some older people and just try to find it out or else you can watch TV program and try to get it a story which is based on bravery. And that story, what you have to do, you have to narrate, okay, you have to write it down, also mention its source, narrate the story in the class. Which story do you like to the best? Write down your reasons. What you have to do now, the classroom is not on, so you just have to write that story about a child who has got a bravery award. For what reason he has got the bravery award, that you have to write it down. This is a homework, children, and don't forget to post it in the group. But one story you have to mention it in the classwork, okay. So this you have to do it and post it in the group. Moving to the next one, write a notice. Now this is a notice writing. Like children, have you observed, like whenever you want to announce something, okay, you can't generally announce. What you will be doing, some information will be there in the notice board. So how you have to write that information, what all content should be there in that information, that is who, okay. A notice tells, means whenever you read the notice, who will be there, means who has told this, when it is going to happen, where it is going to happen, and what is the content in that notice board, okay, in that notice. So these are the things. By this who, when, where, by this concept, we are going to make a notice writing. The girl and boy of class 5th wrote notices from the bulletin board. Now here notice has been can you see in the notice board, a notice has been given, like who was to meet, when were they to meet, where are they meet, what were they do. So the same way, children, write a notice about a library committee or a football match. So any of the topic you can choose. Maybe it is about a football match, like you can just mention it, like suppose like there will be a football match, or there will be a drama. Suppose you are taking a drama, the drama committee will meet in the classroom on Monday at 2 o'clock. We will plan a play for the annual day. Will each one of you please bring a play? Like some notice, you can notice writing, you can do it in the notice board, okay. So moving on to the next main, like library thing, I will just give you an example. Like the library committee will meet all the library people on Tuesday at 3 o'clock. We have to plan a workshop for our school. Kindly make sure that you also bring a notepad and pen along with you. So something like some notice information, you can paste it in the notice board, correct? So children, hope you have understood this poem. As I told you, there will be one more lesson in this video, children. What I am going to cover it up. The name of the lesson is Talkative Barber. What is the name of the lesson? Talkative Barber. Talkative means the person who talks more, okay. The person who talks every time, that is called Talkative Barber, okay. So here the story is tells us about funny things that happens about the in the life of Sultan and the Barber. So today in this class we are going to learn an interesting story. So as I told you, the story is about Barber and the Sultan. Yes, unit 5, Talkative Barber, okay. Long ago, a Sultan whose name was Shahryar, okay, whose name was Shahryar, ruled over a large kingdom. His queen was a good storyteller. So there was a long ago, means many years before, there was a sultan, means a king, whose name was Shahryar, and he ruled a large kingdom. He was having a very big kingdom. His queen was a good storyteller. She likes to share the story. Each night she would tell a story to the king. She narrated in ancient Persian and Arabic folk stories. This is one of the stories from Arabian Nights. So what is the nature of that queen? Like every night before sleeping, she will be reciting the story to the king, and that has become an habit. And from where she picks the story? From Arabian Nights. Okay, so children, you have already gone through Arabian Nights. The Arabian Night refers to the collection of Persian, Indian, and even Arabian things, means Arabian stories will be connected to the Arabian Nights stories. Okay, so here read this story about a man who cannot stop talking. Now this is a story, as I told you, about a barber who keeps on talking, who keeps on blabbering. Like, in the city of Kashgar lived a barber who was a great talker. Okay, so there was a city whose name was Kashgar, and there lived a barber who is a very big talker. Once the sultan called the barber to shave his head. The barber started talking non-stop. Instead of shaving him, the sultan got angry. So what happened? The sultan who was living there in the same city, he has called a barber, and he told, like, you need to shave my head today. So instead of shaving his head, what did the barber did? He started chatting with the sultan. So by seeing this attitude, the sultan got angry. When are you going to stop talking and begin to do your work? So Sultan got angry and said, hey, when are you going to stop? You are continuously chatting with me. Can't you do your work? The barber replied, you do me an injury by calling me a chatterer, for everyone says I am very quiet. So the barber argued, no, see, simply you are calling me that I am a very talkative person. Actually, I am very quiet by nature. I have 6 brothers whom you might call chatterers. So he is telling, no, I have 6 brothers who are very talkative in nature. The names are Backbone, then Bakbara, then Bakbak, then Aklus, then Al-Nashi, then Sheshabek. Okay, so these are the names of his brother. It's all Arabian name, children. One is humpbacked, one is toothless, one is half blind, one is quite blind, one is deaf, and the other has a defect in his speech. And they are all great talkers. Okay, all the brothers are having some or other physically defective. They are physically handicapped. They are having problem in their body, but still they are very big talker. Okay, they keep on talking. But I am the youngest in my family, and I am very quiet and sparing with words. So he is telling, I am the youngest in the family, but I hardly talks. Give him 3 pieces of gold. The Sultan cried, losing all patience, and send him away. I will not be shaved today. So the Sultan he just screamed. He just screamed to his employees, and he told, just come and give him some gold piece and ask him to leave the place, because I know he is not going to shave my head today. My master, cried the barber, it was not I came to seek you. It was you who ordered me to come. So I will not quit your house till I have shaved you. So he says, see Sultan, he told very clearly, see master, it is not that I came and asked whether you want to shave your, it is that you have called me. Okay, you wanted your head to be shaved. That is the reason I am here. And I will not leave your house until I shave your head. So the barber is very clear with his task. He then began narrating another story which lasted half an hour. Again the barber started narrating one more story. Stop making your fine speeches and let me go quickly. I have an affair of the greatest importance. I have to go out at noon. Now he got finally irritated. The Sultan told, stop it. I have some other affair at afternoon. I have to go to some place. When he saw that Sultan was really angry with him, the barber asked, oh master, do not be angry. I will begin to share you. Saying this, he washed the Sultan's head and began to shave. So he told, oh master, please don't get angry. Okay, I will start shaving your head. And by doing that, he washed the Sultan's head and began to shave. But he had not touched him even 4 times with a razor. When he stopped and said, my master, you are acting hastily in this matter. Now, he has washed his head, okay, but hardly has used 4 times with a razor. Hardly has shaved the head 4 times with a razor. Go on shaving me, speak no more, ordered the Sultan. So Sultan said, see, do one thing, just keep on doing your work and stop talking. Be patient, said the barber. Perhaps you have not considered well what you are going to do. I wish you would tell me what this matter of great importance is all about, and then I will give you my opinion on it. So he wanted to know. He again chatting with the king, with the Sultan. He said, no, for what reason you are going out? You just tell me, you just share with me. Finish shaving at once, the Sultan exclaimed, but instead of doing this, the barber left the Sultan half shaved to go and see what time it was. My patience is exhausted. The Sultan, exhausted means he was very tired. He was very tired. So the Sultan said, you finish your work, Baba. You just finish it off. My patience is getting tired. Be calm, my master, and you shall be shaved in a moment. He told, see, Sultan, see, master, you be calm. Okay, I am going to do my job. Don't worry about it, said the barber. And saying this, he continued shaving the Sultan. But while he was doing this, he would not help talking. So he was doing his job also. He was shaving his head also, but he was continuously talking with Sultan. If you could inform me what this important affair is, I would give more advice which you might find useful, he said. So he's very curious to know where this Sultan is going. Means what affair is there, why he is going. The Sultan was completely fed up by now and decided to satisfy the barber. He understood. The Sultan got to know. Now this barber is not going to leave me. He wanted to know where I am going. He told him that he was giving a feast to some friends at noon, which was why he was in a hurry to leave. So he told, see, I have called few of my friends and I want to give lunch to them. I want to give feast to them. So that is the reason I am getting hurried. When the barber heard the Sultan mention a feast, he exclaimed, that reminds me, yesterday I invited 4 or 5 friends to come to my house today, but I had quite forgotten it and I have not made any preparations for them. So after listening to the Sultan, he told, yes, master, even I have called few friends at my home and I have not done any preparation for them. I have not cooked anything for them. The Sultan, who was at mercy of the barber, was ready to do anything to be rid of him. Now the Sultan was already fed up with the barber, so he is ready to do, okay, whatever he says, I am ready to do it. Be quick and finish your work, the Sultan replied, and you shall have all the food that has been prepared for me today. So he told, see, you do your work, okay, you do your work fast. So what I can do, I can just give the food what I have prepared in the palace for my friends. Please show the food so that I may judge if it is enough for my 5 friends. So he told, no, do one thing, you just have to show me the food what you have prepared, and I want to see whether it can be like enough for my friends who are coming for a feast at my home. I have enough food for you, the Sultan exclaimed, but he ordered that all the food prepared for his feast be brought in. So whatever food has been prepared in the palace, the Sultan has asked the people to get it. The barber looked over the food and said, this is very good, but I shall want some food for the dessert also. The Sultan, in desperation, since his head was half shaved, ordered that fruit should also be brought in. So Sultan already got irritated because his head is only half shaved. You can see in the picture, children, how his head is half shaved. So he thought, okay, fine, he's asking for a fruit. Okay, let me give the fruit also. The barber left off shaving the Sultan to examine each dish separately. This took up half an hour. Now the barber, what he did, he kept the Sultan like that, only half shaved his head, and he wanted to check each and everything, like how the food is, what all things in the palace they have made. So everything he wanted to examine. The Sultan stamped his feet impatiently, but the barber did not hurry. The Sultan was getting really irritated. He was impatiently waiting for him to get rid of. But the barber was relaxed. He was not at all worried about him. He is not bothered about the time also. But at length, however, he again took up the razor, but after a few minutes of work, stopped suddenly and cried, I never knew that you were so generous. So what happened, like, he did it, okay, he did the shaving part, and he cried. He is just informed, he just exclaimed, he just spoken to the think that I was never knew that I was never knowing that you were so kind. Generous means kind. You are so kind by nature. So this is a story about a barber and the sultan. So the children, the moral of the story is we should not be talkative. Like instead of that, we should be focused on our job. Otherwise, people will get annoyed. People will get irritated. Like this in the story, how the sultan got irritated by barber. The new words in this lesson are chatterer, someone who talks a lot. Someone who keeps on talking, they are called chatterer. Defect means a fault. Opinion, when what a person feels about a person, think or subject. Exhausted means tired, fed up. Dessert, a sweet dish which is served after the main course meal. Examine means to supervise, to look at something very carefully. At length means at a stretch. Moving to the mains, children. How many brothers did the barber have? It's an answer in one word. How many brothers did the barber have? They have 6 brothers. The barber had 6 brothers. Why was Sultan in a hurry? Because he wanted to go out at noon to give feast to some of his friends. Why did the barber take so long to shave the Sultan? Because he took so long to shave the Sultan as his nature is very talkative. Right, true or false? The barber was shaving the Sultan's beard. No, false. He was shaving Sultan's head. The Sultan gave him 3 gold coins. Correct? The barber refused to leave the Sultan's palace. True. There were 7 brothers all together in Sultan's family. No, false. Why did barber want a lot of food? Okay, because he has invited 4 or 5 friends to come to his house for feast. So that is the reason, and he has not done any preparation. So that is the reason he wanted food, a lot of food to serve to his friend. Let's listen. A lion emerged from his lair for a short summer cut to his hair. But the barber, he wept while his customers slept and they wanted their turn in the chair. This is a short poem, children. Moving to the next one. Did the Sultan enjoy the barber's talk? What do you say? Of course not. The Sultan got irritated by barber's talk. Which part of the story did you find the funniest? The funniest part is like when he stopped shaving the Sultan's head and he went to examine the food. What are the things that Sultan gave to barber? He gave 3 pieces of gold, lots of food and dessert to the barber. Do you think Sultan was really generous? What do you say? Yes, of course he was generous because he has given him 3 pieces of gold and food to the barber. Study the words in the first column. Okay, and see the changes in them in the second column. The words in column second are opposite to the words in first column. So children, you just have to say, like, we have used I am as well as UN as well as DI. So these are the opposite words, but there are few letters which have used un, im and dis. So important will be unimportant, patient will be impatient, pleasure will be displeasure. So in the same way, children, you have to use this un, im and dis. Like believe will be what, children? Disbelieve. Shave will be unshaved. Perfect will be imperfect. Satisfy will be unsatisfied. Polite will be impolite. Respect will be disrespect. Pure will be impure. Expected will be unexpected. Obedient will be disobedient. So you have to use these few letters and find the opposite word of the given letters, given words. Fill in the blanks by adding un, im and dis to the words given in the box. Now again there are few words given in the box like tidy, able, patient, appear, kind, possible, like. So what you have to do, you have to use either un, either im or dis, and you have to fill in the blanks. Like the first one is, the teacher got upset with Rani because her work was untidy. Next one, the dog was unable to climb the tree to chase the cat. Next one, I dislike hot milk, I like it cold. Next one, it is impossible to cross the road during the peak traffic hours. Next one. The magician waved his magic band and made the rabbit disappear. The passengers became impatient when the train was late again. It was very unkind to make fun of another person's weakness. So these are the words which we have used by using un, im and dis. Notice the highlighted words in the sentence given below. You ordered me to come, so I will not quit your house till I have shaved you. While he was shaving me, he could not stop talking. Now use the joining words given in the box to fill in the blanks. Okay, like please wait with me till the bus arrives. My father packed my lunch. My mother combed my hair. We will reach on time while we go by car. Next is we will reach on time if we go by car. Your speech cannot be heard by the audience unless you use a powerful mic. It was a beautiful day, so they decided to go for a picnic. We went to the zoo where we saw many animals. So these are the words what we have to use by filling the blanks. Question 1. Like few words are given here, children. Look at the words in the bubbles. Write what you do when you are at feast. Okay, feast, race, cricket match. You just have to think. Like when you are at a feast, you will serve. When you are at a race, you compete. When you are at a cricket match, you play. When you are in a cinema, you enjoy. When you are at a fair, you shout. And when you are at a party, what you do? You dance. So these are the words you have to pick from the bubbles and write it in front of the given word. Let's write this. You can omit it, children. Right now you can omit it. So hope you understood the video. I hope you understood the poem as well as lesson in this video. Moving to the grammar part. Children, we have already learned present perfect tense, past perfect tense. Now in this video we are going to learn future perfect tense. Okay, what is future perfect tense, children? Like some action that will happen. Okay, future. I am talking about future. That will happen before another event in the future. Okay, so that action what is going to happen, that will also happen in the future, and the event, okay, the event will also be in future only. So the structure of this format of future perfect tense is what? Subject will be there, and what you have to use? You have to use will have, and third form of verb, that is past particle and object. Okay, so these are the things what you have to use while forming a sentence. Like I is a subject, will have, okay, that is a helping verb. Then played football, okay, played football, that is verb. By the time you arrive, again it's an object. So here what you have to do, children, like the next one I will just explain you. Future perfect formula, as I told you, subject plus to be is a helping verb, and verb, third form of verb, plus object. Always remember one thing, children, like when I and we will be there, okay, I and we will be there, you have to use shall and have. Okay, what you have to use? Shall and have. When you are talking like I shall have gone to school, in future perfect tense, I am talking about future perfect tense. I shall have gone to school, we shall have gone to school. But in case of he, she, you, they, okay, so when you are talking about a second person or a third person, what you will be doing? You will be using will have. So he will have gone to school, she will have gone to school, you will have gone to school, they will have gone to school. But when you are talking about I and we, what you have to use? You have to use shall and have. Moving to some more examples, children. I shall have played football. See, now here I is there, okay. So what we have used? Shall have. We shall have played football. Again we is there, so we have used shall have. Now you will have played football, they will have played football, he will have played football, she will have played football. So now when you, they, he, she will come, what you have to use, children? Will have. When I am talking about I and we, what you have to use, children? I have. Okay. Next one, negative sentence. Okay, future perfect tense is having some negative sentence also. Like a subject will be there. Okay, I and we, that is a subject. And again helping verb will be there, to be. Now since it is a negative, what you have to do? You have to say not. Okay, you have to say not. Negative. Okay, so you have to say not. That will be between shall and, that word not will be used between shall and have. And the third form of verb is already there, played. Okay, past particle form is already there. And object, what is the object in that word? Football. Now moving on to an example. Again here, when you are talking about a negative sentence, children, I shall not have played football, we shall not have played football. Okay, now he, she, Sam, you, they will not. Again this he, she, Sam, third person will come. No? Second person and third person we have to use will not. Okay, like I shall have played football, that is an example. Now you have to make it in a negative sentence. So what you will do? I shall not have played football. In the same way, we shall have played football, we shall not have played football. You will have played football, you will not have. This not you have to keep on presenting in between the sentence to make it negative. They will have played football, they will not have played football. He will have played football, he will not have played football. She will have played football, she will not have played football. Okay, so these are the negative sentence, children. So hope you have understood what is future perfect tense. So the worksheet will be shared for future perfect tense in the form of PDF in the group. So today in this video we have covered a poem, class discussion, a lesson at the Talkative Barber, and grammar portion, that is future perfect tense. Hope you understood, children. If there is any doubt, you can post it in the group. Till then, thank you, children.